Hello again, fellow BeachBum traders. Thank you for joining us for part 2 of our weekly trading game plan for the trading week of December 30th of 2024 through January 3rd of 2025. We're in part 2 of our weekly trading game plan. We'll be selecting our top swing trading stocks to watch, stocks in our bullpen, stocks in our shopping list. We'll also talk about how we can use dividend payers and several option strategies to make money while we wait for our swing trading stocks to set up. So let's get started. Welcome, RT. Thank you for joining us today. Hope you're having a great weekend. So here's our Google document with our notes for part 2 of our weekly trading game plan for December 30th through January 3rd of 2025. We keep our notes in publicly accessible Google documents. You can find a direct link to this Google document in the description box below. Our notes documents contain links to bonus videos, the tools and resources we use to trade, our top swing trading stocks, etc. If you have not already seen part 1 of our weekly trading game plan for this trading week, titled Santa Claus Coming to the Markets This Year, we would highly recommend you also view part 1, as that contains our market analysis, trading strategies, trade ideas for this trading week. We keep all of our weekly trading game plan notes Google documents in a publicly accessible Google Drive folder, so you can refer back to the notes for part 1, as well as previous weekly trading game plan notes documents. And you can also find a direct link to that Google Drive folder in the description box below. Don't really have any changes to any of our positions from the shortened holiday week, light volume holiday week. And again, just a reminder, although I don't recommend anyone blindly follow us into or out of trades, it would help you make money trading, help you succeed in your trading career, to be alerted when we enter or exit a trade. You can get alerts, notifications when we enter or exit a trade by joining our Patreon. Again, as quickly as possible, if we enter or exit a trade, we'll post that to our Patreon members. We also have several channels in our Discord available to our Patreon members with additional alerts. Also, you can listen to the bonus video via the link in the notes on how you can best use our trade alerts. So if I quickly show you our trade alerts channels for our Patreon members in our Discord. Firstly, I have a Thinkorswim TOS alerts channel. I have price alerts set up in Thinkorswim. When those get triggered, they get automatically posted to the Thinkorswim alerts channel in our Discord. So we can see when MED hit its 52-week low. We can see when TLT broke its 52-week low on Christmas Eve. Those get posted to the Thinkorswim channel. If I follow those up with a trade, then I will post that as a reply in the Thinkorswim channel. If it's a trade not directly related to a Thinkorswim alert channel, like when we sold cash secured puts against SiriusXM, then I'll post that in the trade alerts channel. We also have an alerts channel with real-time alerts generated by our automated systems when stocks are moving up, breaking out, near a support level, near a price target level. You can hear more about how to get alerted when stocks are moving up, breaking out, etc. via the link to the video in our notes. So again, the alerts channel in our Discord, automated alerts, also very helpful. You've got different price targets, 52-week lows, 52-week highs, support levels. So we can see here when SVXY was moving up, it means the VIX coming down. Bang U, breaking out, so the FANG's moving back up, bouncing back up, USO moving up, so oil moving up, oil producers moving up. So again, this alerts channel great for shorter term traders as well. Also a great way to see sector rotation. So if you're a day trader, scalper, etc., looking for changes in sentiment, reversals in the market, sector rotations, again, the alerts and the alerts channel may help you significantly. So I hope that all helps. Welcome Ellen Krantz, Walter Lyons, Fairchild, The Crow. Thank you all for joining us today. Hope you all are doing well. Okay, so very quickly go over our top swing trading stocks to watch list for this week. So I'll go over the updates in our notes, then we can look at them in our watch list Google Sheet and also in Webull. So firstly, we've been watching BDRY for a while. Breakwave Dry Bulk Shipping ETF. This is an ETF long on dry bulk shipping. You can hear our previous analysis or a thesis behind this dry bulk shipping ETF via the bonus link in the notes. We'll see it bounced up a little bit. We're looking for a pullback. Also, it's BDRY you can watch in our ETFs Google Sheet. TMF, again, we recently added to our TMF position. TMF is leveraged long on the 20-plus year treasuries. We saw yesterday steadily declining from prices in all the treasuries, spike up in the yields, even lower prices, higher yields than before the Feds did their 50 basis point cut. So again, we're looking for a long swing back up in treasuries. You can trade TMF if you want the leveraged, or just TLT if you want the unleveraged in the 20 plus. Yesterday, we also looked at some different time frames for treasuries. Also, you can hear our discussion on the ETFs to trade treasuries via the link to the video in our notes. We're still long ULTY. ULTY is the yield max, broad diversified yield max monthly dividend payer. Again, you can hear our previous analysis on ULTY on the yield maxes via the bonus links to the videos and the notes. And we added YCL. YCL is the leverage long on the yen. Yesterday we saw the yen is declining. It's not quite down to the level before the BOJ raised interest rates, and we got that spike up on the unravel of the yen carry trade, but it is coming back down. So we're keeping an eye on YCL to go again long on the yen, looking for again a re-unravel of the yen carry trade. Not a huge risk reward, but 40% risk reward opportunity in YCL. So we'll also look at our watch list top swing trading stocks to watch list stocks in our Google Sheet, our watch list Google Sheet. Just a quick reminder, we regenerate our watch list Google Sheet at the end of each day. It contains our top swing trading stocks to watch, our bullpen stocks, our shopping list stocks, etc. And you can get 24/7 access to our watch list Google Sheet by joining our Patreon. Got a whole series of videos on how you can use our watch list Google Sheet to help you make money trading, help you succeed in your trading career. So you can access those videos via the links, several of which are bonus links to the videos in the notes. If I do add anything after that is generated, then I will post those changes in the stock watch list updates channel in our Discord, also available to our Patreon members. So you can see, here's our stock watch list updates. So when I added YCL after market close on the 27th, posted that to our stock watch list updates channel in our Discord. Again, notified our Patreon so you could take advantage of that addition to our watch list. So here's our watch list Google Sheet, our top swing trading stocks to watch list. So you can see the list. Got buy at, sell at, support resistance, price targets, current price activity. You can see the risk reward profiles currently for 52 weeks. Also ex-dividend data, earnings data, dividend yield, optionality, PEs. These are all ETFs, so they don't have PEs. Also their average true range, help you set stop losses and take profit price targets. So if we look at those in Webull very quickly, so here's BDRY. I'll zoom in a little bit. So we can see it kind of bottomed back in early December, kind of rode up a little bit, coming back down to that support level. So like it's got support around 590 or so. So we'll see if we get a little bit of a pullback, get an entry point into BDRY, and plenty of potential upside. TMF, again, we've seen that steady decline in bond prices, trend up in bond yield. You see it made a new low on Friday. So again, still plenty of time to get in long on the long end of the Treasury curve, either with TMF or TLT. Here's that ULTY. We re-entered right after its previous ex-dividend date. Hasn't performed real well recently. So once that gets profitable, we'll scalp that off for whatever small profit we can get. If we happen to hold it through the next ex-dividend date, then we'll collect that dividend from the yield max. Again, here's YCL on the yen. So we see that steady decline. We saw that steady decline in the yen. We zoom out a little bit. See it's very near its previous low from back before the yen on carry trade unravel. Although the yen has a little bit more distance, so we want to watch the price of the yen as the entry point into YCL. Welcome, Katon. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. Okay, let me grab a quick drink and then we'll go over our bullpen stocks for this week. Okay, here's our bullpen stocks for this week. Again, if you're new to our community, the concept of the bullpen stocks are ones that may not have the setup that we would prefer for our top swing trading stocks to watch, but I've identified that they may in the near future, so we put them in the bullpen. If their setup improves, then we put them in the game, move them up to our top swing trading stocks to watch list. If they run away or break down, and we just take them out of the bullpen and we can revisit them again in the future. I've left AMDY. AMDY is the yield max on AMD in the bullpen for you. We're already long AMDY, so we went long on the 10th, collected that monthly dividend for December. Again, we've seen AMDs trending down. In my humble opinion, AMD may be one that, due to its recent downtrending, might rebound into the first of the year. It might be considered a laggard in the semiconductor sector, might get a nice bounce as of the first of the year. So we'll see. Again, we'll scalp that off once it becomes profitable. But again, I think plenty of opportunity to get you could long AMD, but you can get a nice monthly dividend from AMDY. Although again, I've come, and we'll talk more about this in the dividend payers, but I'm much more apt to scalp these yield maxes than hold them long term. And we're looking for a price appreciation in addition to the dividend. So you can hear our previous analysis on AMDY via the link to the video in the notes. Secondly, I've left land. Land is a REIT on farmland. Left that in the bullpen as well for you all. We've been long land since December 4th. Again, it's been trending down. The REITs have been under a lot of pressure. Land's been underperforming, where our thesis is to wait for them to sell off some of their underperforming real estate, wait for a rebound in REITs, rebound in the real estate, and a swing back up in land. Does pay a small dividend, but again, we're looking for more price appreciation. MED, Medfast, again, diet, obesity related stock. We've had the bullpen for a little while. You could hear our previous discussions on Medifast, MED via the bonus link to the quick take video in the notes. I think come January, after all the holidays, that tends to be a positive trend for weight loss stocks. And I think MED has bounced up a little bit. That may be the opportunity to get into MED if we get a little bit of a pullback. Also an oldie but goodie, pop back up in my queries again. TAIT, T-A-I-T, Tatron Components Inc. We've traded Tatron in the past profitably. Back going, you can see our first due diligence video was back in 2021. We've got an update video, so you can hear both of those due diligence videos via the links in the notes. Again, this one popped up as having a positive risk reward opportunity again. So we added TAIT to our bullpen on the 23rd. Again, another one I posted in to our Patreon members, along with those links to those videos in our Discord. So again, we can also watch our bullpen stocks in our watch list Google Sheet and the bullpen sheet. Again, price targets, etc. Risk reward profiles. Here you can compare PE ratios if you're looking for cheaper stocks. Also their ATRs, dividend payment information, so their next dividend dates, yield, etc. Optionality. Look at those in Webull as well. I've got AMD, so I'm watching, if you want to look for an entry in AMDY, you could watch for the bottom in AMD. See, it's been downtrending, did rebound slightly recently. So it looks like it rejected off that resistance. So if you're looking for a little bit of a pullback to enter AMDY. So it's swinging back up as well. Get a land, but downtrending. They had disappointing earnings. So again, very slow long-term swing position for us. Still plenty of opportunities for you to get in cheaper. Just wait for it to swing back up, and it may decline further till the end of the year. Again, once the real estate sector turns around a little bit, if they have some news selling their underperforming property, that might be a positive impetus and might be a good time to wait to get in. MED, you can see it kind of was downtrending for a long time, bounced up a bit. We'll see if we get a little bit of a pullback or if it's going to continue to swing back up. Again, I think first of the year, the weight loss, obesity drugs, GLP-1s, etc. It tends to be a January theme. People resolve to lose weight, be healthier, etc. Might be a catalyst for stocks like MED, again, as well as the GLP-1s. Here's TAIT. Let's see, it had bounced up in the past, back in November. It's been trending back down, so it's getting close to that support level again. If I zoom out a little bit, see the previous low, 248. We saw that one was 250, so those look like pretty good bounce points. You can see it bounces pretty rapidly when it capitulates at one of those levels, so we'll see if it bounces again at near that 250 level. Again, this is a lower float, smaller float, choppy, more liquid stock, a little bit harder to trade. But again, lots of potential upside up into the threes. Longer term, it's been significantly higher, up to 4. Okay, I'll come back to the honorable mention stocks if and when we have time. Again, I've added these here. You can look at them, multiple bottoms, double bottoms, etc. Attractive, potential attractive ROI for puts. And you can take a look at those if we have time. We can come back to those. Grab a quick drink. We'll go through our shopping list, etc. Just a quick reminder, if you're not already using Webull, you can still get 40 free fractional shares of stock by opening and funding an account with as little as $2,000. Under $2,000, get 20 free fractional shares, each fractional share worth $3,000 to $3,000. If you use our affiliate link in the description box below, you can get your 40 free fractional shares of stock, any other current promotions they're offering. Also, just a reminder, Webull now offers 24/5 overnight trading on select stocks, and you can find more information about their overnight 24-hour trading via the link to the video and also the Discord topic from our notes. So again, we always recommend that you have your list of shopping list stocks ready if we get an irrational or dramatic decline in the market, irrational reaction to earnings, etc. Again, just a reminder, none of our content should be considered financial advice. We're not financial advisors. All of our content is for education and hopefully some entertainment purposes only. Again, with the higher for longer interest rates, for a long time we've been recommending you stay away from zombie stocks, zombie companies, zombie ETFs. Again, we've been talking about the potential for some very last minute tax loss harvesting or tax loss selling. If you're not familiar with what that means and how the wash sale applies to tax loss harvesting, you can find more information via the links to those videos in the notes. In my humble opinion, I think most of that's probably already taken place. We might see some last minute on Monday, and then we may see a rotation, in sectors, worst performing to best performing, and also stocks. So the laggards, we may see a bounce in those laggards. So some of these zombie stocks might bounce up early in the year because they've been underperformers. Just be aware, be careful you don't get stuck in a stock, stuck in an offering, etc., or a potential bankrupt stock. If you're concerned about the solvency of a stock, be it a biotech or any money losing stock, you can calculate their quarter's cash flow positive using our biotech due diligence Google sheet. So again, if you're concerned, how soon one of these zombie stocks may have to do an offering or would become insolvent, you can calculate their quarter's cash flow positive using our biotech due diligence Google sheet. And we have a whole series of videos on how you can trade biotechs, how you can use our biotech due diligence Google sheet to avoid getting stuck in an offering or an insolvent company. You can also see the stocks we currently have in our shopping list in the shop list tab of our watch list. So we've got a number of Mag 7s, some of the other yield maxes, things like Disney, Intel, also some of the other REITs, STAG, O, etc. MSB for steel, MP for rare earth, URNM for uranium, USOI we mentioned yesterday. Again, I'd love to catch a dip in that one in oil and get another big chunk of USOI. We talked about wheat. We've been watching that. And yesterday we looked at how we can analyze the constituent future contracts that are in wheat to try to find a bottom in WEAT. So again, another one I'm watching from our shopping list. Okay, next we'll look at dividend payers. So if anyone in the chat has a particular dividend payer you want to take a look at, please throw those tickers up in the chat. Take a look at some of those. Got a quick addition I want to look at. Just a quick reminder, we use dividend payers. We can create a schedule of income using dividends with whatever frequency, a total return, price appreciation, risk reward profile that we would like by using our dividend payers Google Sheet. And you can do likewise by, you can get 24/7 access also to our dividend payers Google Sheet, as well as our other Google Sheets by joining our Patreon. So let me grab a quick drink. I'll take a look at the chat. I've also got one addition I want to go over. And then we can look at any other dividend payers you all want to look at as well. Okay, I've got one addition to our dividend payers ad sheet that I wanted to share. Thought this was an interesting addition to our REITs. This is WY Warehouser Company. It's a real estate REIT, so we'll look at that quickly in the ad sheet. Also look at their profile in FinViz. We go to the ad sheet. We can do a find on any potential dividend payer. So here's WY Warehouser. See, it paid a 20-cent dividend. So it's got a yield, nominal yield of about 3% or so. See, the total return is negative. So again, it's underperformed, hasn't performed very well, negative 19%, pays a quarterly dividend. So their past year, they paid 80 cents. So again, you can see our new columns, the starting price, the price appreciation, total return. See, the risk reward profile is not too great from a 52-week standpoint, or currently only about 1.3, 1.4, but longer term about 3.4. So if we look at their profile in FinViz, Warehouser, it's a specialty REIT. This one only pays quarterly, so you can see 20 cents every quarter. You see this popped up as a double bottom in FinViz, so that spurred me to take a look at it. So that looked kind of attractive. Looks like it's got near-term potential upside to about 34 or so. Again, nominal yield of about 3.3%. Again, poor performance for the year. Debt's not bad for a REIT. Shares outstanding, not a lot of discrepancy there. Decent volume, 3.5 million. So if we look longer term, so we can see it's been up to 36 or even longer term. So it's relatively high. Back in 20, it bottomed at about 14, 15. So still some potential downsides, kind of sitting right in the middle of its range. Below its 50 months, above its 50 months. So again, more potential downside. Take a look at what they do and their incomes or their financial statements. So in manufacture, engages in manufacture, distribution, and sale of forest products. So timberland, real estate, some energy, some natural resources, some wood products. So I thought that theme was kind of interesting. If you're looking for a REIT based on timber, lumber, etc., this might be attractive. I think we saw lumber future prices had rolled over a bit. Looks like they've got some paper and other things. If you look at their financial statements for the past couple of years, we see a significant decline. So therefore the decline in prices, their EPS, again, decline. Look at the quarters. So again, net income's declining, EPS significantly declining. So again, more potential downside. But again, a dividend payer, maybe if we get a turnaround, again, a swing back up, that might be somewhat attractive. Again, we can keep an eye on WY, Weyerhaeuser, now in the ad sheet in our dividend payers. Again, if we see a bottom, the swing back up, might become more attractive once that total return becomes positive. Again, might be attractive. I just thought the theme of lumber, timberland based REIT might be interesting. If anyone else has traded Weyerhaeuser, WY before, or has experience with the company, etc., love to hear your feedback. What do you think of WY Weyerhaeuser as a REIT on timberland, etc.? Please put it in the comments or in our Discord. Again, love to hear your feedback on what you think of WY. And I'll try to check the chat for other dividend payers. We had a question this week on the yield max ex-dividend dates. So just a quick reminder, we've got a lot of the yield maxes. Again, I've soured quite a bit on a lot of these yield maxes for long-term holds, as most of their total returns is negative. There's only a few that have positive total returns, so I would treat these as scalping opportunities and not long-term holds. I know Kaiton, EC Mike has a strategy of when to buy them, sell before, after ex-dividend. So that might be a strategy that may work for you. Otherwise, again, scalping or looking for the price appreciation in the underlying might be a better strategy. Again, I wouldn't recommend a buy and hold on these yield maxes. If you want to know the ex-dividend date on the various yield maxes, we have the distribution schedule, linked to the distribution schedule in the references sheet of our dividend payers Google sheet. Can't remember offhand which one Kaiton was asking for the distribution schedule. But what I would do now, they've broken them up into groups. So you can see they've got groups A, B, C, D. So you have to figure out what group it's in. So what I do is I'll do a find. So let's just take, I don't know, CONY. Maybe it was Tesla, TSLY. So you see TSLY is in group A. So you see who all is in group A. Then you go up to the schedule, find group A. So last was 1226. Next is 122. So again, you have to find what group it's in now, and then find the next ex-dividend date. You can find the declaration date, the ex-dividend date. So group A, next ex-dividends 123. Last was 1227. Also, a thing I don't really like about the yield maxes is they tend not to declare their dividends in advance. So it's hard to know in advance what the current month dividend is going to be, and then to see if you get an overreaction on the day of ex-dividend. So it's difficult from that state. I don't like that about them either. So I hope that all helps. I'll just very quickly. So again, you can find AMDY. We're all currently long AMDY. This is a Mexican telco. This one's kind of interesting. This is a small gold miner. It's pretty close to support. Let's get negative total return. I've discussed why I don't like CBS. The IEF and IEI, these are treasury bond based. So if you're looking to kind of buy and hold on treasuries, 7 to 10s, 3 to 7. So again, another way to play treasuries. Buy these monthly dividend payers on treasuries. I believe Keita and Easy Mike likes IEI and IEF. You see the total return's pretty low, 2-3%. But again, another alternative for playing treasuries. iGold, IGLD, this one's pretty nice. Again, gold's still relatively high, but if you're looking for a monthly dividend payer on IGLD, see the total return of that is 19%. Alternately, we often use GLDI, what used to be Credit Suisse, but that's 17.75. So going forward, if we're looking for a monthly dividend payer on gold, probably more apt to choose iGold, IGLD than GLDI. Clips on China, very negative total return. Talked about MJ, again, cannabis sector, significantly down. Again, might swing back up into next year. Mosaic, very negative total return. That's a money losing shipper, money losing furniture company, although it's got a positive total return. It's a closed-end fund, got a positive return, not a lot of risk reward profile. So if you're interested in that one, another closed-end fund with a pretty nice total return, OPP. PSEC is the one that just cut their dividend, so be aware of that one. Several of these closed-end funds, they're still significantly above support, but they've got a pretty nice total return. So if you're looking for total return, it might be attractive. STM, not very poor total return. People were also talking about the yearly dividends on some of the shorts. So we don't have their data yet, but again, here's TAIT. Again, it does pay a small dividend, but again, much more attractive for price appreciation than the dividend. This TIP is also it's on bonds, another Katon mentioned. Got a 5% total return, so that's attractive. There's TLT, again, negative total return for this year. And trending down very close to its 52-week low. You compare TLT to TLTW. Again, there's ULTY, another yield max. Here's USOI on oil, so that's about a 9%. So again, if anyone wants to look at any other dividend payers, I'll try to keep an eye out. Someone's just mentioning SSG. Yeah, we have that one in here. So short on semiconductors. So yeah, a lot of these shorts, I think they pay end of year. So if you were already holding those, a lot of these shorts will pay an annual dividend. Okay. Question for the community as well. Past couple weeks, we've talked about how we've transitioned to using the total return as our preferred metric to watch for the preferred dividend payers. And right now I've got the calculation columns towards the right of our dividend payers Google Sheet. So the question for the community is, do you like seeing those calculation columns or should I remove them? Also, I was wondering, again, a question for the community, should I add a condition to any of the conditional formatting based on that total return percentage? So currently, these dividend payers are turning green based on this conditional formatting. So it's if the difference between the current price and the support level is less than 10%. So if it's within 10% of its support level and the reward is greater than the risk, so O greater than N, so the reward is greater than the risk, then it turns green. They turn red. If the percentage, if the yield potential percentage is less than 5, so that also includes price appreciation. So if that's under 5%, so here's an example, SPY's got a total return of 20%, but again, it's near its all-time high, so yield potential is only 2. But again, if you hold it for the dividend, total returns pretty positive. So the question is, again, should I change any of the conditional formatting, make things red if they have a negative total return, make things green if their total return's over 5. I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments or in our Discord as to what else can we do to help you spot those dividend payers that are most attractive to your style, your preferences, etc. In our dividend payers Google Sheet. So again, please let me know in the comments and the Discord, etc. If you have any ideas what would help further enhance the value of our dividend payers Google Sheet. Again, we've got a whole series of videos on how you can use our dividend payers Google Sheet to find the best dividend paying stocks. You can access that series via the link in the notes. Let me grab a drink and we'll talk about option strategies. So Katon, Easy Mike says the dividend payers need to be above the Fed rate. I agree. What would you recommend? Would you recommend that we highlight them? Essentially the Fed rate's what, 4.5, 4.25 right now. We could give it some leeway, say 4.5, we could say 5, and we could highlight them in red if they're lower than that rate, or we could highlight them in green if they're above that rate. Again, anyone negative would be red. So again, I'd love to hear your feedback as to what criteria would you like to see added, and how would you like to show that? We can add conditional formatting to the total return. We'll leave the conditional formatting as is on the symbol. Again, you all tell me what you would like to see, what makes it quickest and easiest to identify the types of dividend payers you would like. Okay. In addition to dividend payers, we also use several option strategies to generate income while we wait for our swing trading stocks to set up. Firstly, we sell covered calls against our positions when they're going up, buy them back when they're coming back down. Got a whole series of videos on how you can use our covered calls Google Sheet to do what-if analysis on your covered call strategies, to identify the best strike, expiration, premium, etc., to sell them and buy back your covered calls. So again, you can listen to that series of videos via the bonus links in the notes. I don't have any real changes or additions to the covered calls Google Sheet, although if I just show you very quickly, you'll see I've been using it much more heavily. I've made some enhancements to our automated systems to help me identify strikes and primarily strikes at which to sell covered calls. So I'm trying to figure out the best way that I can share that with the community, that additional automation for identifying the best price to sell these covered calls at. But again, you can make a copy of this and use this covered calls Google Sheet to do the same thing. Identify the best strike price, expiration date, premium, sell price for your covered calls. We also sell puts, in our case, cash secured puts against stocks when they're going down, buy them back when they're going back up. See our criteria for what we'll consider for selling puts. And we use our puts ROIC Google Sheet to identify opportunities to sell and then buy back puts. And again, you can get 24/7 access also to our puts ROIC Google Sheet by joining our Patreon. So with the dip on, we had a little bit of an increase in the VIX, got a little bit of a dip in the market on Friday. Just another point is, when the markets are going up, I'm looking at, selling covered calls. So I'm spending more time looking at selling covered calls. When the market's going down, I'm looking at selling puts, and then market goes back up, look at buy back some puts. So I don't have any changes to our puts ROIC Google Sheet this week. If you have any stocks you would like us to add to our automated systems, collect the options data, update our puts ROIC Google Sheet, which it updates at the end of each day. Just let us know the stock, expiration, strike prices, etc. Also got a whole series of videos on how you can use our puts ROIC Google Sheet to identify stocks to sell and buy back puts, or again, for your options tradings, you can scalp options using this data as well. We also have a playlist of how you can make money trading options in general. So you can access those via the links in the notes. So you can see I've got puts sitting on AHR, I've still got my puts sitting on Intel 20, hasn't hit yet. I'm looking for, around 315. Again, AHR's up, so they're red when they're going up, green when they're coming down. Again, not a whole lot on the main watch list with an ROIC of 5 or better. We sold already puts on Siri at 23, so you can see it's reasonably attractive. We're looking to buy those back. You can see Siri's still hovering right around 23. Also got them on SOXL at 25 and SPXY at 40. So if we do get a spike in the VIX, we'll sell puts on SPXY. In terms of the research sheet, see if there's anybody else that's very attractive. Don't like CBS, we talked about that. End phase, we previously kind of did the wheel strategy on end phase, made a small profit there. I talked about Moderna previously. We still got our sell out, or we sold some on NEP. We're looking to buy those back. So it's still hovering right around 1750. So those will all expire on January 17th. So again, not a whole lot of attractive. Maybe if we get some further trend upward in the VIX or spike down in the market or in any of these individual stocks, might get more attractive premiums in selling some of these puts. Again, if there's anyone that in the chat or after the fact has some puts you would like us to add to our automated systems, please put them in the comments to a video, or again in our Discord. Again, tag us in our Discord for BeachBum trading, all lowercase, no other symbols, numbers, etc. Again, our Discord is free to join. Can get access to all the channels with the exception of those that are for our Patreons only. So we have all kinds of other channels on different trading styles, trading different asset classes. So you can also discuss all things trading 24/7 in our Discord. Love to have you participate in our Discord. Okay, so with the remaining time, let me answer some of the questions that have come up or comments. So firstly, Value Dog commented in last week's part 2, possibly look at NU for the shopping list. It's a Brazilian fintech. So let's take a look at NU in FinViz. So just another quick reminder, you can also find links to the tools and resources we typically use, like FinViz in the links section on our homepage. Our homepage is beachbumtrade.com, without the U. So if we go to FinViz, to NU Holdings Limited, it's a regional bank based in the Cayman Islands. Looks like it's coming back down. Looks like it was up significantly, been steeply trending down recently. Looks like they beat on earnings and revenue, their past earnings report. Looks like they beat their previous earnings report. Looks like that was the impetus for some of the trending upward. For that, they missed a little bit on EPS, beat on revenue. Looks like they make a significant amount of money. Debt's not too bad. It is optionable. Looks like they don't pay any dividends. Got a lot of shares outstanding, high float, so sizable company, not a lot of discrepancy. Performed quite well this year, so it's up 24% for the year, but down 20% for the last half. So as we see, it's been coming back down. We zoom out a little bit. So it's still relatively high. Looks like the previous low is about 970. So it looks like it might be headed back to retest that low, significantly below its 50-week. Looks like they haven't been around that long, since 2022. So again, it looks like there's significant potential downside. Still, again, relatively high. Upside about 716, about $6 of upside if it holds that previous low. Otherwise, $6 downside. See their definition, their description. It's a holding company, provision of digital banking services, headquartered in Georgetown, Cayman Islands. I like Georgetown. That's a nice area. Nice beach there. Highly recommend Georgetown, that area. Grand Cayman for vacation. Been only around since 2016. Got their net income for the past couple of years. Very positive and increasing. Looks like they were negative a couple of years ago, went positive. EPS, again, it was negative. Nice improvement. So again, for the uptrend, we've seen quarters, again, increasing net income, slight increasing EPS. So again, all positive. So, maybe we'll get an opportunity. Value Dog recommended for the shopping list. Let me quickly look at their homepage. I briefly looked at this before so you can see what they do. So they've got some banking products. Let's get English, not Portuguese. So it looks like a free digital account, international cards. Looks like some kind of crypto card, so some association with crypto and cards. Corporate account, so it looks like they have some business accounting. So looks pretty interesting. Digital banking. So if anyone's got any experience with NU Holdings, I'd love to hear your feedback. What do you think of the company, the business, etc.? And it looks like it's coming back down. Again, might be some negative sentiment in regional banks, some rotation out of the financial sector. Again, the financial sector was one of the top performers from last year, and NU is a top performer. We might see some profit taking in NU in the financial sector, and also going into early next year. So I think I'll probably add this to our database, and that way it'll pop up when the risk reward profile becomes attractive. If you want to see if it's going to bottom at this previous low, just below 10, start swinging back up, again, about a 60% of potential upside short-term return. Again, significant risk longer term, unless it continues to trend upward. So again, thank you, Balu Dog, for sharing that with us. I think we'll add that to our database. And when the risk reward profile is attractive, we can take another look at NU. So again, I'd love to hear y'all's feedback on what you think of NU if you traded it before. The next one, very quickly, is RT. I mentioned FEPI. We have FEPI in our dividend payers. We've done a previous analysis on FEPI. So this is the REX Fang and Innovation ETF. So you can hear that previous analysis via the link to the bonus video in the notes. Again, you can find the current dividend payer information for FEPI in the ad sheet. So if we just go do a find on FEPI, so we can see it's slightly negative total return. So the monthly dividend payer, looks like it paid 119. Bring up the FinBiz profile in a second. Right now it's at 50. Got support around 48. 52-week low at 44. So not a whole lot of price appreciation potential. Performance for the year has been slightly negative. Looks like I don't have the dividend TTM information, so we'll go get that and plug it in. See, it bottomed in August, been trending upwards. Looks like it's been pretty flat right now. Looks like the last ex-dividend date was the 24th, $1.08, so that's pretty nice, $1.09. See a nominal yield, 26, 27%. Performance, negative. What's our dividend TTM for the year? 13. If I plug that in, gives me a positive total return of 870, so that's better. So now it's showing total return negative 9.4, so again, a negative total return. and still, relatively in the middle of its range. So again, not one I would pursue at this time. Looks like it's potentially coming back down. So, if the total return improves, might be something we'd be interested in, but not really at this time. So I hope that all helps. Also, Born to Be Free asked about AM, anterior midstream. Again, we previously looked at anterior midstream. So you can hear our previous analysis on AM. Take another quick look at AM. So it looks relatively high. Looks like it's hugging its short-term moving average. Very positive performance for the year. Looks like it pays a nominal yield of about 6%. So it looks attractive with its positive performance. I would expect the total yield is positive. Let me see if I have AM in our dividend payers. That's going to be hard to see if it's sorted out. There's a so update that. Let me see if it's in the main sheet. Don't have it in the main sheets and the ad sheet. Looks like it pays quarterly. So this is showing a 14%, almost 15% total return. So that's positive. Currently, risk reward profile is attractive. Looks like they slightly missed on earnings last time. Doesn't look like it corrected a whole lot though. And looks relatively high. Yeah, relatively high. Some potential upside. So net income increasing, EPS increasing, all positive. Net income increasing, EPS increasing. So again, midstream energy company, owns and operates so if you think the midstream sector will continue to trend upward under Trump, it might be one to hold on to. A good dividend total return. Otherwise, again, if you're in terms of a swing trade, currently pretty high. So again, you can now watch performance of AM also in the ad sheet of our dividend payers Google sheet. So I hope that all helps. Again, any feedback anyone has on Antaro Midstream, you think that's a good dividend payer to hold, please let us know in the comments to this video and our Discord, etc. So again, I hope this answered all of your questions and comments. If you have any other questions, comments, want us to look at any other stocks, dividend payers, etc., please put them in the comments to our videos, or again, tag us in the Discord so we can take a look at those and respond accordingly. We also need your feedback on what we can do to continue to improve our weekly trading game plans, any of our tools, our various Google Sheets, etc. What can we do, our community? What can we do to continue to add more value for all of our BeachBum traders? Hope that you like this content. We hope you'll smash the like button on our videos. Help us try to get the YouTube algorithm to show us some love someday, and share our content with other traders, build our community. We really need your help to directly share our content, repost our content on your social media sites, invite other traders to join us in the live chats, join us in the Discord, etc. Help us continue to build our BeachBum trading community for the mutual benefit of all of our fellow BeachBum traders. So again, thank you to everyone that participated in the chat today, everyone that's watching after the fact. If I don't see you again before New Year's, I want to wish you a safe and happy New Year's Eve. A very happy New Year's Day with you and your family and your friends, etc. And again, we hope to see you back next week for our next weekly trading game plan. In the meantime, during the shortened trading week, good luck and have a great trading week.